The primary filming for the live-action version of Netflix's Avatar The Last Airbender has already finished in Vancouver, Canada. This is our big updated preview of everything we know about Avatar The Last Airbender's live-action Netflix series, including actors we think might be cast, production updates, and what we can expect. When will the live-action series be released? Will Jeremy Zuckerman be returning to the series? Keep watching closely to find out everything you need to know. Firstly, we've got a short recap of the original for you. Avatar The Last Airbender was one of the most watched cartoons in the middle of the 2000s. In 2012, a spin-off show called The Legend of Korra, which was just as popular, was made. There's a lot to discuss below, especially since the live-action remake will follow the same storyline as the animated version. So far, there have been two primary waves of casting news, plus many other castings along the way. We'll talk about the main cast of Avatar The Last Airbender below, but if you want to see the complete list, up next, who will the cast be? In August 2021, when the first round of castings came out, we found out who would play the essential roles in the new show. In this order, Gordon Cormier, Aang, Kawentio Tarbell, Katara, Ian Ousley, Sokka, and Dallas Yu, Zuko. Along with the announcement of the cast, Albert Kim said that they would be adding to the world and making it bigger, and there will be surprises for both longtime fans and people who are just getting into the story. However, authenticity has been the team's watchword for this process. This was an opportunity to show Asian and indigenous characters as real people, not just in a cartoon, but in a real world that is very much like the real one. Before they left the project, Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko had the following to say about how the series should be cast. "We couldn't be happier to be in charge of this live-action version of Avatar The Last Airbender. We can't wait to see Aang's world come to life on film in the way we've always imagined it, with a cast that reflects the natural world and doesn't whitewash." Even before the official cast announcement, there were rumors that Dante Basco, who voiced Prince Zuko in the animated series, would have a part in the new Netflix show. However, Basco later said he wouldn't be returning as Prince Zuko. Keep watching closely to see why the series is taking so long to come out. So, what does the cast think about the series? In a September 2021 interview with comicbooks.com, Dallas Liu talked about the stress of the first season, saying, "It's not that I don't trust anyone or the project, but this is the biggest project and the biggest role I've had so far, especially as the lead with a character like Zuko, who is so complicated and one of, if not the favorite, at least one of the favorite characters on the show because he can bend fire and because of his history. I mean, he's such a great character, and one of my favorite things about him is how he's changed throughout the show. So I guess I like Zuko as much as everyone else does. So I mean, I'm excited because this is like a dream, but it's also making me a little nervous. Do you see? To do a good job, and I mean, I can only do what I can do, but I hope that people enjoy my performance." Netflix has also confirmed that 3 crucial roles have been filled. Paul Sun-hyung Lee, Lim Kei-soo, and Ken Leung will play Uncle Iroh, Gyatso, and Commander Zhao, respectively. In December 2021, 4 more roles were filled. Elizabeth Yu was cast as Azula, the daughter of Fire Lord Ozai and Zuko's sister. Maria Zhang was cast as Suki, the leader of an elite group of female fighters called the Kyoshi Warriors. Yvonne Chapman was cast as Avatar Kyoshi, a legendary warrior known for her bravery. Finally, Gran Gran, the kind leader of the Southern Water Tribe, and Katara and Sokka's grandmother, is played by Casey Camp Horonek. Will Jeremy Zuckerman continue writing the music for the remake? It was also believed that the composer Jeremy Zuckerman would return to write music for the live-action remake. However, in an interview, he said that he had not officially signed on for the project, saying, "No, we never signed a contract. It was like, of course you're doing the music, but now that they're not there, we aren't too sure what they will want. I'm not excited that they won't be there, so I don't know. I honestly have no idea what will happen with that." Sadly, on July 21st, 2021, he said he would no longer be involved with the project in any way. So, what company is producing the series? Dan Lin's company, Rideback, is listed as an executive producer, and so is Dan Lin. Rideback has made some top-rated movies, mainly for Warner Brothers. These movies include the Sherlock Holmes movies, the Lego movies, and the IT movies. Albert Kim is now in charge of how Avatar The Last Airbender is made. Kim is known for her work on Leverage and Nikita, both on TNT. Also listed as producers are Ryan Halpern and Lindsay Liberatore, and Rideback Productions is the leading company behind the project. Parallel, a task made by Rideback, was recently sold to Netflix. IMDb Pro says that Zhang Shou Li will work on the series as a concept designer. He has worked on movies like Big Hero 6, Tangled, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and Beowulf. At one point, Mark David Alpert was also in charge of making the show. Mark has worked on many great shows and movies like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Lethal Weapon, and Nikita. Up next, have there been any updates since production ended? The first update on the show's production came at the end of May 2019. Brian Konietzko gave an update on how the show was being made, saying, "Our core group is getting bigger. We're writing, making plans, and doing tests. Even though this live-action process is full of new things, we've been on this long roller coaster ride twice before. So many climbs, twists, and turns are familiar. Everything seems slow, and we can't wait for it to move faster. Before we know it, everything will be moving too fast and happening all at once. Those who want to see this new series and want to know if we have a trailer yet, thank you for your excitement. But you wouldn't want to see a version of this series that was made in 9 months. Too much Hollywood stuff is rushed, and the results show how bad that is. Netflix is committed to getting this series right, which is good news for us and the show." In September 2019, Brian Konietzko shared old storyboards from the original animated series. He may be looking at them for ideas for the new series coming out in 2020. Jin Chul Lee, who works as a concept designer on the show, is one of the other crew members who have been announced. In the past, he has worked on Disney movies like Big Hero 6, Beowulf, and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Some pictures with ideas and early filming were going around at the beginning of September 2019, but they have since been proven false. Production Weekly said in October 2019 that the show was still being worked on and that filming was set to begin in 2020. Unfortunately, it's not clear if this is still true. So what was the next update? In March 2020, Brian gave a small and mostly empty update about the live-action series, saying, "In other news, I'm sorry I haven't told you more about the live-action version of ATLA. The process has been slow, even slower than expected, but there are very exciting things happening with the project. Stay strong. As soon as we can, we'll give you some information, but more important things are happening in the world. At least for the next few months, things will be rough. So once more, let's try to be careful." Of course, the original creators left the show in August 2020, so production is still up in the air. Sadly, this probably means that production is still early on. Lastly, where is production taking place? Production will take place in Vancouver, Canada. Even though the start date has been listed more than once, multiple sources now say that production will begin in November 2021 and end in April 2022. As of November 16th, the movie Avatar The Last Airbender is being made. Along with the news that filming has begun comes next that the roles of Gyatso, Uncle Iroh, and Commander Zhao have now been filled. Caleb Williams, a journalist, said in January 2022 that the show would be made until May 2022 and that they were looking for extras for the two-part finale. The last day of filming for the series was June 17th, 2022. This means that the series will soon be released. Are you excited about the release of Avatar The Last Airbender? Let us know in the comments down below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more content similar to this.